Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Theriot. Today I have an exciting video for you guys. I'll be talking about how to position your product in a way on Facebook ads that's going to allow you to scale and hit your market at full potential. This is one big mistake a lot of brands that we basically see when we come on board, they start working with us and we realize their ads were not positioning their product correctly. So looking at my iPad right here, something totally new. I want to show you basically kind of the 5 different ways you can do this yourself. So basically this is a theory coming from Eugene Schwartz is how you say his name, something like that. He wrote the book called Breakthrough Advertising. And if you haven't picked this up yet, this is an absolutely amazing book that very, very high level. Like for example, I'm on my 5th time reading this book and I literally leave it at my desk and I turn to it quite oftenly just to get quick little golden nuggets out of it. And after reading tons of other marketing books, Breakthrough Advertising, on my 5th time, I am still digesting the information and breaking it down. But there's one really amazing thing that he teaches that's allowed our clients to make a lot of money, and it's called the 5 stages of market sophistication. I talked and touched on this a second in our course, the free Facebook ads course, but I'm going to show you exactly why you need to take a look at this and how it's going to better position your Facebook ads and reach your audience in a more effective way. So with the 5 stages of market sophistication, again, it's called market sophistication, and I'm going to absolutely butcher that, but they are 5 stages, okay? And I'm going to break it down to you in the most easiest way so that way you can compartmentalize and actually take action on it. So stage number 1 is called, it's literally just called stage number 1. So number 1, the first stage of market sophistication is basically where you're first to the market, okay? This is literally where all you have to do is state the claim, okay? Now, what is the claim? The claim can be essentially something as simple as lose ugly fat, okay? Now, a lot of you guys, if you're drop shipping and you're doing these other, or like you started a brand and because you already recognize you have competition, likelihood is you're not going to be at stage 1. In fact, out of our 10 clients that we're currently working with right now, we only have 1 client at a stage 1. It's beautiful. It's amazing to be in a stage 1 because at a stage 1 is basically where you literally just state the claim. There's no competition at all. You're the only person offering this particular product or service, okay? So this would be an example of a headline in this particular market. Now, in a stage 2, this is where some competition starts to sprout, okay? You're no longer the first person to the market. There's other people to the market now. And basically in this particular area is you need to stand out. How do you stay above the competition when there's a few other people starting to say the same thing, lose ugly fat? So in this stage right here, you simply want to enlarge on the claim. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That basically means is you want to take your existing claim and push it to the absolute limit. Okay. So a few ways you can enlarge the claim is that you can start adding numbers to it and also to push the claim to the limit. How can you make it sound the craziest, most ridiculous claim that you can make about your product? And that would look something like this. Okay. So in this case right here, you're not saying lose ugly fat anymore. You're saying lose 47 pounds in 4 weeks. So if everyone is saying lose ugly fat, and now you see the reason why this is important is because if everyone's saying lose ugly fat, no one's standing out. If no one's standing out, no one's taking total market cap. So how do you position your product and your service above everyone else? You're going to enlarge on the claim and push it further. So imagine if you had 10 different businesses all saying lose ugly fat, but except one of them is saying lose 47 pounds in 4 weeks. Which one would you choose? Okay. So likelihood, you'd probably choose number 2 because it's more specific. It's more of what specifically you want. Whereas if everyone's saying lose ugly fat, how do you differentiate yourself versus the others? Now, this is all very benefit focused, but now we're going to go into stage 3. Okay. Stage 3 is when everyone is saying lose 47 pounds in 4 weeks, lose X amount in 6 weeks, all this good stuff right there. So everyone's pushed a claim to the limit. And the problem is now everyone has seen all these claims. And also too, everyone's realized they need a diet. Okay. So you also have to realize this: as you are pushing these products and services, you're also educating your market. This is why it's called market sophistication, because when you're pushing ads, even though people are not necessarily buying your product or service, it's educating the market, and people are stopping and reading and learning more about the product or service. As you read more and learn more, your sophistication levels about this particular industry raise up. And as they raise up, you have to focus on these type of things right here to stay in front and stay relevant and to stay in, like, differentiate yourself from other competition. If you differentiate yourself from other competition, you're going to be able to take more of that market share. So that's why it's important, again, as we kind of go through it. And before we state number 3, if you didn't already, make sure you hit the like button and hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So with that being said, let's dive into number 3. Number 3 is where you want to introduce a new mechanism. Okay. And this is where we're going to basically, okay, cool. Everyone's saying lose 47 pounds in 4 weeks. Everyone's saying lose ugly fat. And everyone's realized the benefits of a diet and why they need a diet. And now it's, how do we differentiate the mechanism? Okay. Again, a mechanism is the delivery vehicle. Okay. So let's say, for example, you want to go from, let's just say, for example, you live in New York and you want to go to California. Okay. That's your benefit. Okay. Obviously, I don't need to sell you on transportation. You need transportation. But what if you bought something and you didn't realize that transportation method was the vehicle, like a car, and you're like, oh shit, it's gonna take forever. Okay. So now what we do is we introduce a new mechanism okay, cool, you bought the vehicle, it's super slow, it's really inefficient to go from New York to California. So how about a new mechanism? What about a plane? Okay. The vehicle changed, but the benefit did not change. You still want to go to California. You still want to lose weight, but the old way of, I don't know, maybe walking 30 minutes a day, very slow, very inefficient. And this new way is, faster. Okay. It gets the stuff done faster. Okay. So for that mechanism, it'd be first wonder drug for losing weight. Okay. So again, you're not focusing anymore on the benefit of losing weight. You're focusing on the mechanism. Okay. So, for example, lose ugly fat. This might just, you don't really know what you're getting in that sense right there. Okay. But in a market that knows nothing about diets and you want to lose weight, but have no clue where to go, you see now like that, boom. Now a bunch of competition is starting to disperse. And now people are starting to say, okay, we'll lose 47 pounds in 4 weeks. So not just lose ugly fat anymore, lose 47 pounds in 4 weeks. Okay. Now they're getting more competitive. Who can lose weight the faster? Who can push and really hit on that lose fat particular concept or desire that people want? Now, in a world where everyone's kind of hit a plateau in terms of you can't really go anything further. You can't say lose 100 pounds in a day. Like that's not maybe ethically or healthy in a way to do this. But now what you can do is you can start focusing on the mechanism. So maybe all of these ways was diets. Now we're focusing on this new mechanism, which is this wonder drug. First wonder drug for losing weight. Now all of a sudden you captured your ideal audience or your target market's attention, because now you're offering something new, something exciting, but you're focusing on the mechanism. You're not focusing on the claim anymore. Okay. So now your next stage, once everyone's kind of hit on their mechanisms and stuff like that, and trust me, this would be also another really competitive market. Another really cool place to look at all of the Apple and PC ads. Also to look at a lot of car dealerships. They're offering a lot of new vehicles on a yearly basis. So, and you can really see how people are focusing on the new mechanism with each vehicle, why it's better. Okay. Now, number 4, when you hit up stage 4 market awareness, cool. Everyone's basically has gone ahead and, pushed out new mechanisms and stuff like that. Some work better than the others, all that good stuff. So now how do you push stage 3? How do you go from a 3 to a 4? Literally the same way you go from a 1 to number 2. You're going to basically enlarge on the claim further. So you're going to enlarge on the mechanism. Okay. And you also can improve further. And I'll give you guys something in a second that's going to help you guys out. But if we look at this, large, let's improve on the mechanism. So this would be first, no diet wonder drug for losing weight. Now, again, you're gonna basically take the mechanism, okay, the solution, and you're gonna do a few things. You're gonna make it quicker. And these are gonna be or like in terms of you can do one of these. Make it quicker, faster, maybe stronger, or remove limitations. So if we look at number 4, first, no diet wonder drug. Okay. So if once you get into 3, everyone's starting to focus on the mechanism right here. And now all of a sudden, okay, cool. Like everyone's promoting a wonder drug now, but how do we further do that? What are some of the limitations of our mechanism? Well, the limitation of it is that in this sense right here, you have to follow a diet for it to work and everything. So what if you didn't even have to take a diet, just literally take this pill a day and lose weight with no diet? That's going to separate you again further compared to these people. Okay. So that's just a little example. Now, again, let's look at, say, for example, we were talking about transportation and stuff like that. Okay. When you can't introduce a new product. So for example, for traveling, you basically have like cars or planes. Well, what can you do to further separate the airline industry once it gets pretty crowded? You create a new way for traveling by planes, and that can be like private jets and things like that. That's like another way to push it further in that sense right there. How do we remove limitations when everyone's pushing their big planes and stuff like that? How can we remove limitations? Oh, well, shitty thing about airports is that you have to go through TSA. It takes a long time. You have all these other people on the plane, yada, yada. Here's a private jet. Okay. So how do we go into the 5th stage? And the 5th stage is where it gets interesting. So for example, I would say probably a lot of Facebook ads agencies are stuck right now between 3 and 4, just from like that particular market right there. This is talking about diets and diet pills and stuff like that. Now, what about a 5th stage? What the hell is a 5th stage? And 5th stage is actually where it comes to an end. Okay. And a 5th stage is all about identity. Okay. Identity. Now, what the hell is identity? Okay. Identity is more focused now on, okay, cool. We know we need, these are my different solutions in terms of like mechanisms I can use to particularly get basically to achieve the result I want. Now, what do I go further? When everyone's saying first, no diet wonder drug for losing weight, how do I stand out further? How can I take my brand to the next level? And, for example, or to leap into that is identity. Okay. Identity is what people resonate with. Okay. So let's, for example, I'm a 25-year-old entrepreneur. I really like going to the gym, working out. I identify myself as more of like, not necessarily a bodybuilder, but I identify myself with a lot of like bodybuilding movements and stuff. I'm really big into fitness culture. I recently started getting into boxing. So I'm starting to identify myself with like an amateur type thing right there. I've also identified myself as someone who's very motivated. I identify myself with someone who's very driven. I've been starting to identify myself as like a traveler because I travel like probably once a month. So I start to identify myself with these broad kind of keywords and stuff like that. And now what you do is you start to position the brand around people's identity. Okay. So it's not necessarily a main headline in that sense right there. It's still like first, no diet wonder drug for losing weight, but you're also attaching basically someone's personal life and personal kind of views and beliefs and all that to it as well. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys a few different kind of like ideas, okay, around this. Okay. So for example, for identity, I'm about to pull up a website called the Fit Father Project. And the reason why is because they've built up their brand completely around like fit fathers. Okay. So someone who is a dad is going to identify with this brand. 25-year-old me will not identify with this brand because if I don't identify with it, I'm not going to want to purchase from it. But because we got to a point now where so many fathers realize they need a diet, they need to lose weight, and they realize there is solutions out there, they just don't know which one to choose from, then they see something they can identify with. The problem with this is, what this does is it creates a new way to stand out from everyone else. Okay. So again, this is their website. I don't really dive into their ads and stuff like that, but it's showing you identity in this sense right here. It's showing it, and no one can really say, well, hey, Nick, that doesn't look like a dad site at all, because there's tons of dads on here showing some before and afters and stuff. It literally even calls out where men 40 plus come to shed extra pounds and get healthy for life. So this is what identity looks like. Now, if we go back here, further for identity in that sense right there, this is where, again, the market's been overly saturated. And this is where a lot of you guys who are watching this video right here, this is where a lot of you guys who have clothing brands are really going to start to fit in. Okay. Because look, the jeans have been done 100 times. Okay. The athletic wear has been done 100, 200 different times. There's nothing different about it. Okay. It's all the same. Now, I would say Gymshark's probably the only one that really was able to achieve maximum market size because they were kind of the first major player in the market. Now, again, they still focus more around identity now too as well. Alphalete, a brand I'll buy from a lot. It's another gym wear brand. It's the same gym wear as all the other brands, but I identify with identify with the branding of Alphalete because it's all about some hungry individual who wants to learn more, dream more, and be more in that sense right there. So this is the 5 stages of market sophistication. And again, why is this important? Because some of you guys are in a 5th stage and you're marketing like you're in the 1st stage, which is completely wrong. You're going to lose. You're not going to hit the competition the same way you are. Everyone else will. Some of you guys might be in a 2nd stage and you're not even capitalizing. You're still on a 1st stage. So again, you really have to take a look at all this. And also too, what happens? Is there a 6? What happens past identity? What is next? Okay. And this is where a new market opens. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you guys a quick example. Look at Tesla, for example. Okay. So the car industry went through all 5 stages of market sophistication. Because if you look at it, like majority of car ads now are all around identity. Go look at Lamborghini's ad. It's like take all my souls to drive or something like that. And it's one of my favorite commercials ever by Lamborghini. The whole thing is focused around identity. Okay. If you go look at like Jeep's commercials, it focuses a lot around identity, who someone is and how this Jeep fits in their lifestyle. So a lot of these things are identity basis. Now, how do you go past that? You open up a new market. What is the new market? Electric vehicles. Tesla, when they first came out, was just, hey, here's an electric car. And everyone went to it. And literally, they just had to state the claim. Now, there's other competitors starting to come out in the market that are going to start enlarging on the claim. And then guess what? As the market continues to expand, it'll go into introducing new mechanism, then they'll enlarge on it, and then they'll go through identity. And eventually, hey, we'll be at identity for a couple of years. And then eventually it'll just be, hey, here's a rocket ship for sale, and a whole new market opens up. So who knows? But that's just showing you guys good examples of all of these kind of put in mind. Again, I really challenge you to really research the way you apply this to your product is you take a look at it and you really dig deep into the competition in the market, okay? Look at all your competitors. Try to find 10 competitors, 10 people selling the same product as you, and look at the way they're talking about the product, okay? Are they talking about the product in the way of, hey, lose ugly fat? Or are they talking in the product the way of, hey, first, no diet, wonder drug for losing weight? Because if they are introducing new mechanisms, they're making mechanisms even better, faster, quicker, stronger, or removing limitations, likely you're in a fourth stage of market sophistication. And if you are, okay, cool, this might be a great opportunity for me to get into that fifth stage. Now, when you move into fifth stage, your product also has to compete at a fourth stage, okay? So if your product is literally just like, let's say, for example, if you have a diet peel and it helps people lose weight, that's it, okay? But they have to use a diet, they have to do all of this stuff that a typical first stage would have before all this evolution, then identity without improving your product would be useless, okay? So another example is the Mac and PC space, okay? When Mac first came to the market, there's like, here's a computer, okay? But like, I kid you not, like it had 128 kilobytes of memory at the time, okay? That's not even 1 megabyte. Okay, typical memory on a computer now might be 16 gigabytes, 32 gigabytes. I'm talking about RAM specifically. Okay, so and then over the years they kept coming better, started improving the computer, blah blah blah, all the way to the point where they got to identity, and the computer from stage 5 to stage 1 was also much better in stage 5 as well. In that sense, right there, because they had to stay competitive against the other people. If you try to just release a product purely based around identity, and everyone else's product is superior, but even though you jump to that sophistication, that will not help your product sell because everyone's going to realize, well, wait, this is a worse product. Yes, I identify with it, but the product is horrible. Okay. So you also have to make sure that you're improving your product. And that's where a lot of our advertising is starting to come down to now, with also making sure our clients have the best offer, and also even literally consulting the client. Hey, you need to improve your product, man. Like, your product is definitely lacking compared to everyone else on the market. So you need to improve. And that's another job as an advertiser, is to really be able to pinpoint these things through competition and stuff like that. Because if you can stay ahead of the competition, you're going to maximize the most sales. You maximize the most sales, you make the most money, you make the most profit, and you can really, expand and grow your business a lot more aggressively. So, but yeah, guys, really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was something new, kind of jumping down that a little bit higher ticket, or not higher ticket, but more in-depth type of content that I really want to start jumping into, with a good mix of Facebook ads. But I'm applying all this to Facebook ads to maximize results for my clients. So give this video a big ol' like. Hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you are a business owner doing at least $50,000 to $100,000 per month in revenue with your business, then make sure you click the link below to book a call with me and my team, and we'll jump on a free strategy session together, where we'll go through your business and we'll figure out the best way for you to expand and grow your business and scale it to that 7-figure a month mark. And after that, you'll either have the option to work with us if you choose, or you can take this video, or can take the strategy session and run with it and apply it yourself. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. And my name is Nick Theriot. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.